Madayaw. It's me, teacher Maita. Welcome to another Art as Therapy session. Now, we continue with the last video, which is discovering yourself. Now, we are doing prompts for your dream discovery. If you don't know me, I am Teacher Maita. Here are my social media channels. I hope you follow some of them. You may connect with me with some of them. Now let's get to it. What is your dream? And I don't mean like dream when you're sleeping dream. This is more of, dream what you want to become dream. So in the last video, we asked about who we are, and we listed down everything you believe about yourself and your basic bio. Okay, so I hope you did it on your own because this is crucial because this is what you believe about yourself. So we talked about who we are so we can get to who we want to be. So the dream I'm talking about is the part that we want to become. I dream about being a nurse. I dream about being a doctor. I dream about being president. That type of what you want to be. So, what do you want to be? That is the occupation, so to say. And it could also be like the state of being. So, the occupation is doctor, artist, teacher, work. What do you want to do with the rest of your life? The state of being is more of yourself. It's more of like, I'll just give you an example to help you out here. It's, I want to be comfortable when I grow up. I want to have no cares and no worries. So we're going to be a bit more specific later on. All right. So, what do you want to be? The occupation part is often helped by your interests, your likes and dislikes. Remember in the last video, if you watch that, you had to list some of your likes and dislikes, your interests. I hope you guys did that. So if you haven't yet, go back to the last video and try listing that down. If you are still a student, this is a good exercise to find out what you really want. Because if your interest isn't there, what are you becoming? What is this dream occupation that you want to become, right? So if you want to be a marine biologist, I sure hope you like marine life. Because if you don't, when I was young, some of my relatives said that I told them I wanted to be either a nurse or a nun. But growing up, I have this strange fear of blood. It's like my inside just crawls out of blood. And I have lots of doggies, and when it's time to, injection, and that too, I also have like a fear of injection. I just like can't. So doggy injection time, I'm gonna close my eyes. Things like that. So I can't be a doctor or anything in the medical field. You can't put me there. As for being a nun, vow of poverty and vow of obedience, not for me. So those aren't in my interests. So what did I like? I knew right off high school. I was still in high school. Third year and fourth year of high school. There wasn't any senior high school yet. I knew it had to be an art course. So some people thought I was going to be in interior design because there was only a limited number of fashion design schools. In fact, not many people knew about fashion design schools. So there was only two colleges that time, and the others weren't a complete course. And my parents really wanted me to have a college degree, even an art degree, as long as it's a college degree. So that's where my interest lies. So I knew my dislikes for injections and blood is out the window for any medical field. And my likes, yeah, artistic wise, but I knew I didn't quite like interior design. I tried, with Barbies and rearranging the room and stuff, and I knew I sucked at it. I mean, I can decorate my room to my taste, but you can't make me do that for a living. And what we're talking about is mostly dream jobs, so ain't gonna happen. All right, so now let's talk about the state of being. When I grow up, because I feel like I'm already grown up, but there's still growing to do. I want to be the best teacher. I want to help other people. I want to be a mentor to fellow writers or potential writers. I want to be comfortable in life. That's the type of state of being that I'm talking about. And that should also be part of your dream. Because you can't just say, I want to be earning a lot of money in some IT business. You're going to be more specific than that. Not to say that things don't often turn that way. Things really happen in life, which I'm happy to say, hmm, not bad. Some of them you can say it's good, but as long as I was in an art field, I was happy. Now, your state of being, you're being comfortable, what you want to become. Maybe you want to concentrate on charity work. That's also one of my dreams. I want to concentrate on charity works too. Those are dictated by your customs and your belief. Also, in the last video, we talked about that. Your customs and your belief will have a say in that. Because if you don't believe in charity, you don't believe in, if you believe like 9 to 5 jobs is the way to go, then that's the state of being that you are hoping to achieve. Now let's get back to my creative collage here, which I put out last video. It's supposed to be about my bio, but you can go back to yours and start adding things to it. It could be pictures, cutouts from magazine, drawings, or just words. Maybe word art or something. Then you will put things like, I want to become a writer. I want to become this. The next stage to this is I want to be a mentor to other writers. I want to be a mentor to other artists. So there, you're going to put it there. You're going to um, put your dream, because this is basically your dream board now. You already have a direction. So you can either make a new page for it, or you can go back to your old scrapbook page if you're doing a scrapbook or journal and add to it. So, how do I achieve what I want to become? What if I'm already grown up and I don't like what I've become? Okay, that's a fair question. Let's say for mommies, daddies, teachers, grown ups, whoever you are, whatever you are, let's say you feel like you're grown up, but I feel like you're never going to grow up because everybody has a chance to learn. And that's what I'm going to tell you. If you don't like what you have become, that is okay. We will make steps, or specifically you, you are going to make steps so that you can become what you want to become. It is never too late. You can always pivot. I really want to be in the art industry. The painting stuff, getting exhibits and stuff, that didn't happen right away. Did I say the world was unfair? No, I just felt like maybe it wasn't time yet. But other artistic endeavors came, mostly in the IT field. But you need a lot of artists in the IT field, and my sister really needed help, and we were starting something new, and then that kind of catapulted me into the writers field. I don't know why. I mean, here in the industry, people know each other, and you just get pulled into things. And I didn't think my writing was good enough back then. I thought it was just a hobby of mine until I made money. And then I found out, hey, I can make a living out of this. And so I've added writer into the list of who I was. So I'm not just an artist and a designer. I knew I was also a writer. So you are never stuck in one place. So right now, maybe you're stuck in a dead end office job, whatever it is. You don't like it so much. Sometimes your hobbies, your interests, your likes and dislikes can help you do that. Who knows? Your hobbies, like mine, the writing part was just a hobby back then. Your hobby might take you to places. It might not be like quit your job right now and jump. No, it could be gradual. And that's what we're going to be talking about in the next slide. What you can do to make that dream happen. If you're still young, great, you have plenty of time. If you feel like I'm past 40 or I'm past 50, I'm past 60, can I still even apply this video? Yeah, let me tell you why. You're going to be smart about it. You have to be smart about it. What do I mean by being smart? Like book smart, street smart? When I say smart, this as a teacher, we are always taught that when you're setting up goals and doing things, there has to be steps to it. And these steps have to be smart. They have to be specific, they have to be measurable, they have to be actionable, realistic, and time bound. I'm not gonna be too nitty gritty here. I'm just gonna do this like a overall because I don't want a very long video. You're gonna be very specific on your goals. Whatever your goals are for the future, they have to be specific. So you can't just say artists. I know I just say artist. That's a general term. What kind of artist I am? I am a painter because that's my skill. You can't make me do anything else. I paint. I don't have any skill in oil paint because I rarely touch oil paint, but I am very happy with acrylics and watercolor. Although I love acrylics more because they're thicker. Um, I can do some basic Photoshop work, so that's what I mean by artist. You have to be specific in what you want. If you want to be a writer, what kind of writer? Because there's a lot of different type of writer. And when people ask me what kind of writer I am, some people assume I'm a journalist, which I am not. I am a fiction writer, and now I am jumping into the field of children's books. So that's specific. See, children's book measurable. How will you measure that you have achieved this? Well, if I've published my work, then obviously I become a writer. Or maybe you want something more measurable than that. Maybe you can say, if I sell my first 100 books, I will call myself a writer. All right, that's very measurable. There's a measure, a metric system, which you have to set for yourself. So if you say, I want to be a doctor, well, then your measure should be, I have to get the license to becoming a doctor, and then I have to be hired by a hospital. That's your measure. Actionable. The things that you do have to be actionable. It can't just be you just serendipitously become an artist. You can't just serendipitously become a doctor. That just doesn't happen that way. You have to have actionable steps. So, do you need to go to classes, even as an artist or a writer? Do you need to go into workshops? Because believe me, as a writer, I didn't think I was, I mean, I got published, but I didn't think it was good enough. So, I never stopped taking any workshop that I can, paid and not paid. I took steps. Now, your dream has to be realistic, even the state of being type of dream. So, even if you say, I want to be okay by the time I'm 40, what does okay mean? So, it has to be specific. I want to have 1 million pesos in my account that is not touchable. You put it in time deposit or something so that it just builds interest. I need to have like insurance for me and my family. So if in case, something happens, I have insurance. So those are realistic and those are specific. And then you have measures, the 1 million in the bank, the what's this insurance, those are measurable things, actionable. The fact that you have money in the bank and the fact that you took out insurance is an actionable thing. And it's realistic because, yeah, those are realistic things. Now, time bound. If you gave yourself up to 40 years old, that's your time limit. Then you have to be very specific to reach that time limit. So if you say, "Oh, I'm 30 now, but I'm really not happy with my my occupation right now because I really want to be in, let's say, the veterinary field." All right, it'll take you like 4 years in veterinary science. However, if you already took up a college degree, they could take out all your minor subjects. Then you only need to take up the major subjects. Maybe that's just 2.5 years or 3 years. So I don't know. um might be even shorter time. Maybe you can like, full load. So, in a year or two, ta-da, you're a vet. Then you take the license and then you start practicing, and there you go. So you have a realistic time bound and specific. Well, all of those would be specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, and time bound. So I hope you guys understood that. I hope you guys like that. And I hope you guys implement that, especially the smart part, because that is a way for you to have a trajectory. If you go back to the previous slides, what you are based on who you feel you are, what you are, your likes, your interests, your customs, your belief. That's your starting point. That's you. You're the starting point. Now your arrow towards your dream. It has to be a smart arrow going to that dream. And that's the only way for you to be happy, because you'll never be happy if you're not happy with the way things are right now. So you have to take steps, and take those steps to getting that dream work that you want, dream occupation, or maybe you feel like dream calling, because it could be calling, it could be holy orders calling you, right? It could be charity work, missionary work. So those are some things that you can consider, which are probably your dream jobs. All right, so I've taken up your time already, and I thank you for listening to me. I don't want this to be a very long video, so I want to chop things up. I will be tackling other things in the future. I am going to try to make like a journal, maybe. And if you think a prompt journal with some of these that we talked about is something that you like, and something that you can't find in the market, let me know. Drop it in the comment or in my social media accounts. Perhaps I can make an Amazon book. I am thinking about doing that, but I don't know if some people want to buy that or not. But yeah, so for those who have followed my Instagram, I did put Inktober, art as therapy for Inktober. So I made my own Inktober prompts, which is all about art for art therapy. So those are some of the things that I might put in the journal, including these prompts and the ones in the last video. So thank you, everybody. I am Teacher Maita, and I hope you enjoyed this video. See you guys soon.